My tongue is swollen from thirst. It fills my mouth like a snail snug in its shell. The small amount of saliva I can muster barely wets a single tooth. My throat is a graveyard of shredded words, razor blades that can't even move because I'm so thirsty. The gag in my mouth doesn't help.
What's that, you disgusting witch?
Oh dear Lord, he's still here. I thought he'd left. Maybe he did and I passed out. Not sure how I could have passed out since they have my arms tied to this rack. My shoulders feel like there are fire ants gnawing on the bones. It's not pleasant. I a lot and try to shake my head back and forth, but the gag and the desert that is my throat and mouth can't even produce a single oomph that's louder than a mouse fart. And since my head has been strapped down tight since the moment I got here, shaking even a 1/16 of an inch isn't physically possible.
You woke up?
The horrid face says as it leans over me, filling my entire view. The pustules and scarred craters, the fuzzy teeth and the carrion breath, the complete and total lack of a nose. The Inquisitor. Not a face you want to wake up to. A scabbed finger traces from the middle of my forehead down the bridge of my nose, across my lips, over my chin, down my throat until it stops at my sternum and gives it a hard tap.
I had been told to wrap this up,
the gross man says.
And when the Juke asks you to do something, you do it, and I was prepared to do as he said.
He taps my sternum again.
But then you suddenly opened your eyes, and, well, I'd be a fool to pass up this opportunity. A bonus round, if you will.
He leaves my narrow line of sight, and I wait. His boots scuff on the stone floor as he moves about the torture chamber. And that's where I am. No doubt about it. A torture chamber. He's made sure to mention it a few times. He's very proud of it. The small part of the chamber I was able to see when they dragged me in here was terrifying. I saw contraptions and tools and entire tables dedicated to inflicting pain. You hear about it, people whisper, but until you yourself are thrust into a nightmare like this, you really have no way of conceptualizing the primal fear you'll feel when presented with your own mortality, and knowing it will be a long, slow, excruciating process before you're allowed the gift of death. My bladder did loose upon that realization, another indignity to this entire process. He's humming to himself.
What's that?
He asks, off distracted somewhere by his cruel toys. Again.
Hold on.
There's a clatter of iron and a thunk of something heavy hitting stone, followed by a loud, low dragging.
Hello?
His face never gets easier to look at. I see the anger well in his eyes as he smartly perceives my repulsion. He grunts, and then my view is filled with the stained head of a sledgehammer.
Should we play a guessing game?
He asks, then is gone, taking the sledgehammer with him.
What? Silence. Nothing to mumble about. No muffled opinion.
My eyes roll in my head, trying to look in every direction at once. It gives me a headache, and I almost laugh at the thought that, of course, even with all the misery I've suffered, a headache is what slices through it all. A damn headache.
The game,
he says from somewhere off to my left.
Well, the game is for every question I ask that you cannot or will not answer. I get to take this wonderfully heavy tool and use it to demolish a part of your body. But not to worry. You'll get one chance to guess which part of the body I intend to obliterate. And if you guess correctly, I will show mercy.
His face in mine, and I shriek behind my gag and around my swollen tongue. He grins, and I can swear some of the moss on his teeth just moved.
Or you can do as I ask.
He licks my cheek, and my stomach spasms. Too empty to even throw up in my mouth just a little.
You can avoid this nastiness by telling me the truth. The truth shall set you free. I will give you the name of a town or a village, along with the county name, and you will tell me the names of the witches who reside in those towns and villages. Do that, and you win the game. I win the game. God wins the game.
I snort and regret it instantly.
Did we not establish earlier that mocking me is not in your best interest?
He snarls, which quickly turns into a roar.
Do you never learn?
The strap on my right arm is pulled so tightly that I lose feeling immediately. Then pins and needles start to get through, right in time for me to feel him take my pinky finger and pull it out and over the edge of the table. There is cold iron or steel on either side of my finger. Then there's a pounding and a painful pinch.
I've pounded a stake around your finger to keep it in place,
he explains pointlessly, since I've already figured it out.
But even with this precaution, there's still room for error. So my apologies if any of your other fingers are affected.
I scream around my gag as I watch the shadow of the sledgehammer grow up on the ceiling before it is lost from my sight. And then all I know and can see is white-hot pain. So intense that I believe I see the face of God and all that is holy, which is a lot to see. The terrestrial pain overpowers the celestial pain, and my suffering goes up a level. It is so intense that I can no longer even scream around my gag. I am a full body cramp, held in suspension as if time cannot move forward until the pain ceases.
My lord,
he says, sounding actually surprised.
I expected damage, but this is remarkable.
His face in mine.
I've never used a sledgehammer on a pinky before.
His face is gone.
Simply remarkable.
His face is back.
It just ceased to exist. Your pinky is a mist now. The sledgehammer basically vaporized. Is that the right word? Yes, vaporized your finger.
His face is gone. No, his face is back.
I'm remembering this for the next time.
His face is gone. His face is back.
Not your next time. You don't have a next time.
All I can do is stare at his horrid face. The agony that has overloaded every single nerve ending in my body is in charge now. I'm only a passenger along for the ride, waiting to see where this torment takes me. I'm guessing the destination is madness. I'll have plenty of company, at least.
Athens.
It takes me a moment to realize he is speaking to me again. I narrow my eyes, confused.
Athens.
He laughs.
Oh, I see the confusion. Athens, Georgia, not Athens, Greece. In fact, I'm only interested in factions within our region. There's only so much time in the day and so many locations to ask about.
He reaches for my gag, then hesitates.
You'll be good, yes?
I nod.
Don't make me regret this.
I shake my head. The gag is removed, and I suck sweet, fresh air in around my swollen tongue. Then I smack my lips, or try to.
Of course, how rude of me.
He has a ceramic mug of water ready and puts it to my lips, so I get just enough to wet the cracked skin that rings my mouth.
More?
I nod.
Not too much, or you will vomit. We can't have that.
He gives me a little more water. It's not nearly what I need, and he knows that, as he slowly pulls the mug away and out of my sight.
Now, Athens, Georgia. Tell me the truth about Athens.
No. He frowns.
No, as in... Oh, I'm just going to ask it. No what?
No witches.
In Athens?
I nod.
Well. By saying there are none, then you admit to having knowledge of where witches do and do not reside. Ha!
I know because... I gasp and try to force the pain aside, but it's impossible. Where my finger used to be is now a throbbing 2.5 inches of ghost pain. I take a deep breath. Witches aren't real, so they don't reside anywhere. I try to laugh at the ugly bastard, but my lungs freeze and my heart stops when he puts something to my bloody stump.
Phosphorus,
he whispers in my ear, or it sounds like a whisper to me over my screaming.
I have sticks of it. Jars filled with sticks. I could do this to where your finger used to be every day for a year. I still have sticks left.
A hard punch to my right cheek makes me stop screaming. I'm quickly embarrassed at how shutting up is an automatic reaction to an assault. Is it instinctual, or is it learned?
Augusta, Georgia.
I shake my head.
Oh no. We're going to skip the yes or no questions and go straight to names. Augusta, Georgia. What are the names of the witches who reside there?
I don't know. Punch. I gasp.
Try again, please. Names of witches in Augusta, Georgia.
Don't you want the names of the witches in Athens first?
Yes, please. Their names are?
I don't know. I was just wondering if... Punch, punch, punch. I pant and drool. Blood seeps out of the split in the skin just over my cheekbone. I've always loved my cheekbones, so I hope it becomes a cute scar.
What are you smiling at?
He snarls at me. Cute scar?
You won't live long enough to scar.
That's why I'm smiling.
I want names.
I don't have names.
You do. All of you witches know each other. You are connected by the devil's seed.
I spit out a tooth. Did you say the devil's seed?
His infernal spunk ties your black souls in knots.
My swollen tongue slides over a little and inspects the hole where my tooth used to be. The hole is big enough for a couple of teeth. I must have swallowed the other one. He grabs the side of my head and squeezes as he screams,
Tell me their names.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how this whole devil's seed thing even works. Is it like semen is telephone lines and we talk to each other using our vaginas? He lets go of my head.
What? No! How vile!
You're the one talking about the devil's seed and infernal spunk. Where do you think the devil's seed goes? Or any seed? Our ears?
Yes, your ears. His lies enter through his whispers, and they take control of your weak minds.
Weak because we're women?
Yes.
And so when you meet a smart woman, you assume she's a witch, because women are supposed to be weak. And I get it now. Damn, all my life it never made sense why men are so threatened by smart women. It's because you think we're actual witches.
We think it because you are. Consorts to demons, the devil's whores.
Got it.
Names. Give me names.
Fine, if it will shut you up. He jolts, stunned.
This is a trick.
No trick. I'll give you names.
Real names?
As real as any name can be, given that we don't get to choose for ourselves when we are birthed into existence. So yeah, real names.
Verifiable names?
Ah, that's the problem. How can you verify them?
We have others. You are not the only guest this season.
Christ, how many women are you going to murder?
Do not blaspheme.
Slap, punch, slap, slap. Sir, the Juke is ready for her, a man's voice says, after I hear the creak from a door opening. Shall I tell him it's to be a full confession, or will there be a trial?
That is up to the witch,
the disgusting man says, as he places his lack of a nose only an inch from my actual, still attached to my face nose.
Will you save your immortal soul and confess? Or will you perpetuate lies and die a soulless witch?
I haven't decided yet. A trial it is, the other man says, and a door closes.
You have made the wrong decision. I could have saved you.
We'll see, I say as he walks off. You never know. Per my decree, I shall be judge and jury, if the witch does not mind. The Duke announces to the room of hidden sycophants. He snaps his fingers. Someone ask if the witch minds.
Do you mind?
The Inquisitor asks. The disgusting pig has accompanied me upstairs as my bailiff, apparently. He gets right in my face and asks again.
Hey, witch, do you mind? Permission to remove her gag, your dukeship.
The ugly bastard cries out. Yeah, take it out. She can't testify if she's gagged now, can she?
So wise, so smart, your dukeship.
The Inquisitor responds. then slips and slides his way up and over the bundles of sticks laying at my feet. He reaches up, barely able to stretch far enough to get a finger under my gag, and pulls hard. Then he scrambles back down, wiping his finger on his tunic, like my mouth is a problem with his sanitation.
"What is your name, witch?"
the Duke shouts. The man is maybe in his 30s, on the shorter side, kinda skinny. Likes to wear skin-tight leggings and tunics open at the chest, completely psychotic and prone to cooking and eating his rivals.
"I'm not a witch,"
I say to the Duke, who happens to also be the man who holds my life in his hands.
"Just a woman who knows things." "A woman who knows things?"
The Duke cackles.
"How terrifying!"
There's laughter from the shadows, by the walls where only a candle here and a candle there is lit. The laughter surrounds me. How many people are in here with us? The Duke raises a hand and the laughter stops.
"You did not break under questioning, I hear. To be honest, Juke, your inquisitor isn't very good at his job. I'd advise you to sack him and hire, say, a woman who knows things instead."
The Duke laughs. The room laughs. The inquisitor, all red-faced from my insults, does not laugh.
"Laugh!"
The Duke barks at him. He laughs. I win. Another hand rises and the laughter stops.
"I happen to be an excellent inquisitor,"
the Duke says.
"Sometimes you have to do it yourself in order to get it done right." "What done right, Duke?"
I ask.
"The questioning." "Oh? What's the question?" "I haven't asked it yet." "Will you be getting around to it soon? I have a hot—" "Shut up!"
His hand flashes and I hear a thunk. Glancing down, I see the handle of a knife sticking out from the inch of space between my thighs. The blade has stuck solidly into the post I'm so expertly tied to. They seem able to do that right, at least. Tie a woman to a stake to be burned alive. I keep my judgments to myself, of course.
"My first question is,"
the Duke continues, after getting himself under control,
"why should I let you live?"
There are muted complaints from the shadowed walls. The Duke holds up a finger and the room goes silent.
"Because I'm a human being deserving of life and mercy, and you are the Duke who can grant me that life and mercy, and I'd really like to stay alive,"
I say in one rushed breath. My throat feels like shattered glass, and my swollen tongue has burst on the side and is bleeding directly into my mouth. I'm almost of a mind to ask them to light the damn bonfire already. Slowly having to swallow my own blood until I bleed out isn't my first choice of ways to go. Well, at least my mouth will be moist while I die.
"We should really gag her again, my lord,"
the Inquisitor says, still shy from his previous tongue lashing.
"Witches have power in words."
"Do you think I am afraid of words? Words from a woman?"
The Duke laughs.
"No, never. I heard what she said with her words, and this thing before me is nothing but a sad, ugly woman."
The Duke stares at me.
"No, witch, your answer is not good enough. Mercy indeed. I am the most merciful person on this planet."
I'd shrug, but I can't get the leverage with the way I'm trussed up.
"What? No argument?" "Why argue?"
I reply.
"You weren't ever going to let me live anyway. I said what I said. You said what you said. We are where we are. Except where I am needs names. I want names. Need or want? Make up your mind. Tell me what I want to know." "I'm sorry. I forgot the question." "I want the names of your co-conspirators. I want to know where you meet. I want to know what your abominations have planned." "Abominations? You mean women?" "No, I mean witches. You witches are abominations and have brought ruin upon the lands. You destroyed the crops and poisoned the livestock. You corrupted the officials and turned them against us. Us, the people of this great land."
You must see my grimace, because his face turns bright red and he begins to shake.
"Witches must be destroyed in order for us to live."
The shadowed walls erupt in applause, then cheers, then a loud refrain of,
"The Duke will vanquish the witches! The Duke will vanquish the witches!"
pretty specific chant to just sort of start up by accident, if you ask me. I wait until it quiets down. The Duke eyes me, his lip curled up into a sneer.
But witches aren't real,
I say, so tired of all this bullshit. This dance we do, the torture, the forced confession, if there is one, the tied to a stake to be burned alive, the hate and the anger, the never-ending hunt.
You all get that, right? Witches aren't real. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to make us believe he didn't exist.
A voice from the wall calls out. The Duke looks like he's going to explode with rage for having his spotlight taken. But instead, he forces a grin on his face, points a finger at the source of the voice, curls it, and beckons that source forward. A stout, older man steps out of the shadows.
Hello, Tammy,
the stout man says as he walks past me, his three-piece wool suit immaculately pressed and cleaned.
Mr. Perkins,
I say, and watch the man stroll towards the Duke's seat. Mr. Perkins. What can we say about Mr. Perkins? He is thorough, relentless, and deadly. So those things we can say about Mr. Perkins.
Ah, our witch hunter,
the Duke says as his sneer strengthens.
Been in a bit of a dry spell lately, haven't you, Mr. Perkins? I find the witches when they are meant to be found,
he says, and bows his head ever so slightly.
The number is finite, my lord, so they will soon all be gone. I would hate to hurry the process. But that is the point, witch hunter, to hurry the process. We need the witch scourge to be cleansed. Their power still corrupts the fields and the animals. Food is dwindling, witch hunter. I do not know about you, but I enjoy food. It helps with the living part of life.
There is shadowed laughter. It's not very enthusiastic this time, and it fades away fast.
Has anyone tried cleaning the dead fields and replanting?
Gasps from around the room.
So the devil can take our souls the second we bite into that cursed produce? I fucking think not.
No's and think nots echo out from the walls.
I wonder why the witches did what they did. Who fucking cares? They did it, and we are suffering. Are you really suffering, my lord? You don't exactly look like you're in any danger or risk of truly starving to death. In fact, I have seen your pantry and your larder. Your kitchen is stocked full of fine eats.
A mumble here, a grumble there.
And your cook was talking about the feast you have planned tomorrow night for your council meeting. Roast duck and pigeon. Green straight from the garden boxes. Bright red tomatoes picked off the vine. Potatoes too, I heard.
A lot more mumbles. A lot more grumbles. I cock my head as Mr. Perkins speaks. I have had the unfortunate pleasure of being in his company several times. He may be thorough, relentless, and deadly, but he's also easy to flatter and distract. Otherwise, he could just reach out and grab a witch by the throat at any point and time, really. Not that witches exist. But as I listen to him, I feel something is off. The Duke is sputtering, trying to come up with an excuse for such a lavish dinner.
How many are on your council, my lord?
Mr. Perkins asks.
4,
the Duke replies, before he can stop himself. Mr. Perkins gave him a question he could answer quickly, and he fell for it.
4. All that food for 4 people. It's the council.
The Duke jumps to his feet, deciding that his usual tactic of feigned outrage and misdirected anger is the best way to proceed.
The council must be fed and taken care of so they can feed and take care of the people. But you don't really take care of the people, do you, my lord?
Wow, Perkins is walking quite the tightrope. If he isn't careful, he'll have his head cut off before he can ask his next question.
Kill him.
Ah, here we go.
I'm sorry, my lord. Did you tell someone to kill me?
Mr. Perkins asks, then mumbles.
That was fast. Guards, take him and kill him. Grab his arms and drag him to that bonfire and then tie him to one of the bundles of... Potatoes. You have potatoes?
A voice asks from the shadows.
What? Who asked that? Never mind, shut up. Your questions don't matter. Vine-ripe tomatoes. How do you have vine-ripe tomatoes? It's March.
Someone else cries.
Hydroponics, Mr. Perkins says. He has rooms and rooms dedicated to growing his food. Is this true? Someone shouts. My wife starved to death last year. You could have saved her. Mr. Perkins backs up toward me. He glances over his shoulder, and then I see it. He gives me a wink. I roll my eyes. Now you know why he has forbidden any food to be grown from the ground. He says the soil is tainted. He says it has been ruined by witches. But what if there are no witches? What if he is the one who has ruined the fields? Oh, the uproar is in full swing now. Perkins, what are you doing? The Duke shouts. Why betray me like this? You betrayed us. You are the ruination. There are no such things as witches. My hunts have all been lies, so the Duke can control all of you. The Duke stammers and stutters, but no words escape his lips. He only stares at Mr. Perkins. Then his eyes rise, and he stares at me. You, I see him mouth, then hear him shout it. You! The shadowed voices are no longer shadowed. The people, his court, have stepped into the light to confront their lord.
The witch is doing this. She has orchestrated this entire farce.
A voice screeches, and I see the Inquisitor sprinting at me with a spear in his hands.
Don't you worry, I have this, Mr. Perkins says, then turns and snaps his fingers. My captor explodes, pieces of him flying in every direction. The room goes silent. The Duke is a witch, Mr. Perkins yells. He'll kill us all. And that is that. Mr. Perkins climbs past the bundles of sticks, produces a long, sharp knife, and frees me from my bonds. I rub my wrists and watch an enraged mob tear a minor despot limb from limb. It's quite satisfying to watch. Then I turn to my savior, who is not Mr. Perkins. Hi, Brenda. Hey, Tammy. When did you figure it out? Wasn't too hard. You're good with glamour, but not as good as you think. Was it the chin? Chins are hard for me to fake. No, more around the eyes. Good to know. Where's the real Mr. Perkins? Rotting in an old steel drum. All I need is a drop of his putrid elixir to make the potion that allows the change. You're going to keep pretending you're Perkins? Might as well. Nothing more fun than sowing the seeds of chaos. You'll have a famous witch hunter tell folks there are no witches, then have a witch appear and totally fuck with their minds or something like that, right? That's the plan. Oh, that woman just tore his dick off. Ouch. She might make for a new initiate. Nah, ranks are full. You heard what Alicia said. We need to starve out a few 100,000 more normals before we decide whether or not to expand. That could take a while. Not if we get them to kill themselves like this, Brenda says, letting her Mr. Perkins masquerade fall away as she helps me step down from what would have been my funeral pyre. We stand and watch the blood fly. Yeah, they're really tearing him apart. It'd be more effective if they... Wait for it, she says, and holds up a finger. Then an errant elbow is thrown back into an unfortunate nose. An argument starts. Words are yelled. The violence continues, but quickly shifts gears. Now they turn on each other, Brenda says, and takes me by the arm. Let's get you home and cleaned up. Sounds great. Was it too bad? The torture? Not really. Been through way worse. I don't even remember the guy's name. The one I blew up with a snap. Aren't they all called Inquisitor? Yeah, but I'd like to see if I can get their real names. Most tell me because they think I'm dead already. God, men are so delusional. The ego's on them. I know, right? It's 2035, and the witches have won. Accept it and get over it, loser. Oh shit, now they're all eating each other. We should go. Agreed. Yikes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these stories, be sure to click subscribe and check out some more stories here.